welcome to Waatah! Okay, which is how you'd pronounce it, all right? And I've been calling it Waatah, which is kind of a watered down version and an easier way of saying it, but that's essentially how Bruce would say it, right? So, extending peace and respect to you all, welcome you to Nebworth Park. 256 acres of parkland, natural wildlife here. In your breaks, please do go outside and enjoy the park, okay? I'll go through the schedule in a bit so you'll know when you can break out and so on. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Lachloy. I'm a physical and mental cultivation specialist and founder of Martial Mind Power. Essentially, the whole idea about Martial Mind Power comes from martial art and philosophy. Bruce talked about martial arts being like a coin with two sides. Okay, one side being the physical cultivation element, which is cultivating the body for fitness and being prepared for combat. The other side of the coin being cultivating your mind and applying the principles and philosophies of martial art in daily life so that you can live a kung fu life. The definition of kung fu is to live a life of excellence or expertise through prolonged work over a period of time. Okay, so the idea here is to cultivate your excellence. Okay, we'll go into the specialism what we're going to cover today so you understand the problem statement and what we aim to achieve out of this today. So before we start, the first thing I want you to do is I want to get you into a state where you're ready to learn. And there's something called the shaman state. Okay, Bruce called it the peripheral vision or the phasic state. And this is really to be in that learning mode. When you're in that shaman state, you're ready to absorb whatever's delivered to you without any obstacles in the way. Okay, are you prepared to get into the shaman state? If everyone can stand up very quickly. Just spread yourselves out so you can spread your arms out wide. Okay, so shaman state. So the idea is you're going to pick a spot in the distance roughly slightly higher than eye level, okay? And you're going to fixate your eyes on that point, okay? With your hands out to the side, you're going to wiggle your fingers, okay? Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to start here, okay? You're going to wiggle your fingers while you're looking at that point ahead of you. And then slowly, you're going to spread your arms out to the sides. And you're going to notice your wiggling fingers wiggling as your arms spread out to the point that they're almost outside of your visual field, okay? And when you get to that point, you're just going to hold it there for a little while and just allow your eyes to relax and become soft, okay? And relax, okay? Now I want you to keep that soft eyes. That is your shaman state, okay? And it's completely relaxed, okay? Now you can take a seat. And I want you to maintain that shaman state throughout the whole process, okay? We always call it the trainer's mind and the learning mind. So now that you're open to learning, the next thing is just explain the zones that we'll be working in today. So we've got the teaching zone here, all right? Behind you is going to be the training zone. So this is where we will do the physical activities, all right? So the big open space, if you're wondering why is that open, all right? So we can do all our movement activities there. Before we get into schedule, very quickly, martial etiquette, okay? So these workshops for me are delivering martial art and philosophy in traditional martial art style, okay? So when I say an exercise, I'll say yuppe, right? Or normally I go yuppe, right? Yuppe means ready, okay? That means you're ready to do the drill. Sometimes I may say hai. Hai means go, right? Or I'll just say, okay, go for it. Or start now, something to that extent. In order to stop an exercise, I'll say jeet. Jeet just means stop. When we have breaks or I want to call you back, sometimes I'll ring this bell, okay? This means come back to your seats, okay? So this is, okay? So if you hear this, that means we're going to come back down and sit down, all right? Good, all right, so I'll show you the schedule very quickly. We're going to go through an introduction and go through, define what is fear. It's very important to understand what the definition of what you're working with is, so then you have a context around it. Then we're going to take a little break, okay, out in the breakout area next door. Then we're going to go into how you can reprogram your fear. The idea behind this is to understand fear and conquer your fears. I want to go into the the problem statement and our well-formed outcomes in more detail shortly. After that, we're going to look at part 2 of how you can reprogram your fear. Okay. Then we're going to have another short break, and then we're going to have a look at how does fear kick in. All right. And then we're going to close up a little bit earlier today. So today's a little bit shorter than tomorrow, and we're going to do some learnings, discoveries, and questions at the end of the day. And we anticipate closing around 4 o'clock today. So to get everyone in the zone, I want you to stand up.